4 in the books, and goals to improve daily, increase the workload, sustain, compete, play at a high level, give good effort every play. So competition was good at the end of practice today. Back out tomorrow.
News on your left and Seth.
Yeah, Curt, in terms of quarterback, Jameer Johnson was a guy that couldn't really stay healthy last year. How's he kind of taken a step forward the last 6 months? What do you see from him?
He's got talent. He's got the ability to be a really good football player. He's got to put it on the field, stay on the field, and play consistently day in, day out.
Seth and Zach.
Kind of same position. I mean, you worked with D'Angelo Pons last year. Just what makes him a good player in your mind?
Mindset and talent. I don't know if we'd beat him yet on a pass route. He's just swallowing that side of the field. So he's a good guy for everybody else to watch in terms of how to do it.
Zach and Todd.
Curt, we asked you about this at media day, and you said you kind of weren't sure yet how you wanted to handle it. As you ramp up toward full pads, do you have a sense for how much you want to tackle here in the fall, how you want to handle kind of, I guess, the physicality versus...
Well, the NCAA limits the amount of times you can tackle, and you're allowed to have 2 scrimmages. We're not in full pads yet. We're still in helmets and shoulder pads.
Todd and Ravi.
Curt, can you give me a kind of a feel on how you feel about the kick return game at this point? I know you have some candidates on there who've returned kicks and punts before. And also kind of what your philosophy on that is. Do you like to keep starters or everyday players away from that role?
Right, yeah. We worked punt return. We haven't worked kick return yet. Not many kicks get returned. If you look at it, 30-some%. But we got guys that are good with the ball in their hand. And the most important thing to me is at the end of the play, we have possession of the ball. I think we've got 3 really good punt return candidates, Price, Van Horst, and Keyshawn Williams. And those guys are good kickoff return guys, too. Of course, it helps when you're doing a good job of blocking. So, I think we got a chance to be pretty good there.
Ravi on your right and Greg.
After going back and watching week 1 film, were there 2, 3, 4 guys who maybe aren't frontline guys who maybe jumped out and you went, okay, we may take a little longer?
I think it's too early to say that. Your first 2 days, you don't have any pads on. It's not how you play football. We've only had shoulder pads on for 2 days. So, a better idea, about a week.
Okay.
Greg on your right and Jarrett.
Curt, hi. We've not met. Greg Doyle. Nice to meet you.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, good. You seem awfully tired right now, and you come off the field. It's 90 degrees outside. You've been in the sun. Is this normal? Or do you exhaust yourself out there at practice? I guess is my question.
I guess I need a little more pep. I didn't mean to come off as that tired. I walk off. Yeah, it was hot today, and I'll be fine. I'm more concerned about the team. It ain't about me. It's about how much we can develop.
Jarrett and Jack.
Jalen Walker back on the field this fall. Just how important is him and Aiden together, just sort of leading that linebacker room?
That's a good team. They got a lot of reps together, and they're both good players. You can see Jay Walk's athleticism on a practice field. Sideline to sideline, he can really run. He's one of the fastest guys on the team.
Jack and Niz.
I know E.J. Williams is kind of been off to the side some parts of practice. What's he been dealing with, and when do you expect
Yeah,
him
it's still waiting to get him on the field. He's practiced 3 times since I've been here. Pulled a little hammy last week of summer conditioning, so hope to get him back. Keep him on the field.
Niz and Zach.
One of the unique things about your practices that players have mentioned too is that you don't have a visible clock and that you keep time. Is that something you've always done, and how do you comply, and why do you find it helpful to approach it that way?
Just for efficiency's sake. If I feel like we've gotten enough done in a certain period, blow the whistle, and to keep it moving. And players not looking at the clock to see how much time's left in the period. But I just think it runs smoother.
Have you always done that?
Yeah.
Zach and Pete.
Asking about Coach Kuntz, obviously he played up in Indianapolis in our coverage area. He's been with you for a little while. Just how have you seen him develop as a coach? What does he bring to that defensive line?
Yeah, he got tremendous energy. He's a great teacher. He's got very high standards. He really pushes those guys and takes advantage of all his opportunities to get them better. He had 4 all-conference guys last season, at JMU, and he's really done a great job.
Pete and Greg.
Yeah, over here, Coach. Just, what was it about Coach Shanahan that you saw, that you liked, and how has he really developed this coach?
Well, he had been with me a long time. He's a receiver guy. When I made a change of coordinator, my initial, but I was looking for a quarterback guy coordinator. Being able to have Tino and hire Tino made it possible for me to name Mike the coordinator. And Mike and Tino were great friends, played together. They go way, way back. Tino had the Alabama stuff with Sarkisian that I was interested in. And Mike's done a great job, and he's grown as a coordinator. And, you know, he keeps getting better every year.
Greg Lessman.
Kurt, my question, I guess, by that amendment is, you set a high bar. You've set a very high bar for energy, for entertainment, and you've said coaching is an entertainment business. And I don't expect you to put on a show every time, but I'm just kind of wondering, does that come and go, your ability to entertain, based on how tired and how hot you might get, or is it calculated?
Well, right now we're in practice. You know, it's all about developing the team. This isn't the time for talking now. This is the time to put it on the field. So, you know, I'm not going to put a show up every time I'm up here at the podium. Now, if I have to make a point, I will. But, you know, right now we're really focused in on developing this football team and all 115 guys on this football team in all three phases of ODK. So, you know, it's a grind.
All right, thanks, Kurt.
Good.